Hey guys, it's Woody the Unexceptional Gamer, and I thought I'd talk about my new game again, but this time I picked a longer game so I could expand on my thoughts a little more. So, based on my first two videos, I think there are a lot of people who have the mistaken idea that I don't like it, and that's not true. I actually do like the new game. There are problems right now with the connections, and that's not very good, but I think those problems will be cleared up once the servers have more people to choose from. You know, right now I'm hooking up with Mexican hosts. I mentioned that before, and after the first night, I thought, man, these guns take forever to kill. It's a really big problem, but it's just the nature of being on a 2-bar or 3-bar, which may be optimistically classified. So I think that stuff's going to get worked out. I had some better connections today, and the game was really a lot more fun. So I I think it's fair to say this. Steady aim and a submachine gun is a really powerful class. More powerful than it was in Modern Warfare 2. So I find that if I'm in close quarters, if I'm aiming down sights, I'm doing it wrong. I mean, it's all about spraying guys down. I almost treat it like a shotgun. So that's cool. It has, I don't want to give too much away and get myself banned or anything, but let's just say that the stats are much improved for, like, you know, how well you're doing in various types of games with various classes, and I really like that a lot. It's some intelligence that I didn't have before, and I think that's a nice improvement. What else? My personal performance in the game is not very good. You know, I tend to lead the lobby or nearly lead the lobby, like in domination, for example, in flags capped and in flags defended. But I don't do particularly well in KD. Like, my KD, I think in Modern Warfare 2 is much higher than it was in Black Ops so far. But that's okay. One of the things that is my deal is that I'm not really one of those gods on the stick, and I think those are the guys who walk into new games and are way above average on their first day. Instead, it sort of takes me a while to get my tactics, to learn the line of sights, to be smart in the game. And then once I have that, I'll be a better player than I have been over the last, 18 hours. So, like this stuff right here, right? This takes a little while to figure out, or at least it takes me a little while to figure out. So once I have all these lines of sights, once I know forwards and backwards the safe ways and the dangerous ways to get from one area to the other, where I'm supposed to be looking as I go through various areas of the map, I think I'll be a better player. And as I figure these things out, I'll share them with you. So yeah, Black Ops is fun. I'm not really a beast at it at the moment, but that will hopefully that will come. Hopefully I'll be a nice competitive, like above average game battles type guy at some point. I'm never going to be Sandy, but I can be Woody, and I'm not even that right now. So the noise. I've talked about the noise, I think, in every video so far. It's pretty bad. You need one of the perks even just to hear enemy footsteps, and it's either Ghost or Ninja. I've forgotten. Otherwise, you're not even in the game, I think. And Wings is telling me I think you need Ninja Pro to hear enemy footsteps. They seem so silent to me, and not only are they silent, but the maps are noisy. So even when you do hear them, we'll wait and see. But I don't have these pro versions of the perks that we think is going to open up that enhanced sound. So I'm going to withhold judgment and say, all right, maybe this thing will get a lot more interesting once once I get these pro versions and such. The people that are playing this game right now are better than average. I'm not finding all the baby buffalo that I see in, like, Modern Warfare 2 or in COD 4, and I think it's just the nature of the person that goes out of his way to get the game early tends to be a fairly hardcore gamer. And on Tuesday, there'll be people who've never watched a YouTube video, who aren't the hardcore crowd that we are, and when that comes, I think I'll find some easier opponents, and that'll help me, get better scores too. A lot of guys have an interest in the theater system, so I haven't tested it yet, but you can upload the video. Like, they've said that already. I don't think I'm releasing anything that hasn't been heard, but I haven't tried it. I will say the theater system isn't flawless. Like, what happened to me one time is I was with my friends. We were going to join a game, and then it made that mistake in that it sort of separated the lobby, and I landed in the game all by myself. Well, it just so happens that was probably my best game ever. It was sabotage. It was kind of quick. I went 12-2, and I felt like I just like pwned. I think I was the only guy positive on my team, and you know, it was the kind of game that you like to put on YouTube. So I saved it, and then when I went to look at it later, I wasn't even in the game. Like it saved some game that I wasn't in, some random thing that I had never seen before. And at first I was watching it and I was like, wow, this doesn't really look familiar, you know. And then I was like, oh, well, maybe I'm just watching it from the wrong perspective. But as I checked the scoreboard, it didn't even record the right game. So I'm guessing the fact that the game I was trying to record was one where I got separated from my party and the system got a bit confused is related to the fact that it recorded the wrong game. Because most of the time when I look at my recent played games, everything is fine. But it's not flawless, so there's something there for them to address. Maybe they'll catch it in a patch or something like that. We're having huge problems with the team staying together. We get into a party, actually, an Xbox Live party all the time, which we don't normally do. But because it has nice functionality like invite party to team, just like World at War had, it helps us stay together because, you know, apparently the servers can't do it on their own. So what do you say? You know, that's another thing that might get better. I have this hope that all kinds of connection issues will start to resolve somewhat when you know, when you're not dealing with, like, say, a South American or Mexican heavy user base. So, you know, here I am in North Carolina and you know, trying to connect to people and stay together and whatever. You know, all these 2 bars and stuff might be resolved when the server has more people to choose from. So that's that. What else is there to say about this game without releasing stuff that's kind of, you know, going to get me banned? I don't want to give away any secrets. What was I going to say? The submachine guns. Hutch finds the submachine guns to be super powerful, but I think I'm not navigating the map properly to take full advantage of them, and that may come over time. You know, if you're in close quarters combat, submachine guns are beastly, just like they're supposed to be. But you know, if you're going across the map, then you have to sort of, you know, burst fire it, and it behaves just like they have in the other Call of Duty games. But you know, for whatever reason, I'm not able to get the engagements lately that really benefit the submachine gun. So yeah, you know, we'll see. There's 14 maps, and like I called out before, they tend to be World at War looking in that they're gray and brown and brownish gray, almost every map. I remember when Terminal, the first time I saw it, it was like, oh my gosh, you know, this is great. This is really an attractive looking map. And I know that Terminal was one of those that didn't play very well because of how easy it was to use noob tubes around the corners and such. But in terms of looking at a map, I really liked it. I could pick people out and still find something nice to look at. But in this, people aren't really totally camouflaged, except for maybe one map. But I look at it and think, man, this is going to be a dreary thing to see for the next year. So what else can I... Oh, here's a tip for you guys when you get the game on Monday at midnight or Tuesday, whenever you get it. Run Ghost. So the first default kill streak is UAV, or it's called Spy Plane now. And it's a 3 kill streak. So you'll find, you know, as you have new people enter the game, there are a lot of people. You know, spy planes are up all the time. It's unlimited UAV, you might say. And so the smart guys, right, the guys that watch YouTube videos like this, need to know that you benefit a lot from running Ghost, so that, you know, the constant spy planes in the air don't hurt you. As a matter of fact, it gives them an advantage because they depend on it too much. So there's a tip for when you get the game. I've been playing with Wings of Redemption a lot, and man, he is a really good player. There were times I played with him before, and I'd see him get, you know, a really great score, like say he'd go 30-3 or something like that. And I would make this assumption that, you know, he wasn't capping flags, but the new leaderboards at the end of each game are custom for the game type. You know, like in older CODs, it would just have like kill deaths and assists and points, and that was it. And points kind of have some sort of, you know, influence on how, you know, objectively you played, especially in Sabotage. But in other game types, they didn't. Well, now I'm you know, playing with wings, most of my games actually, and you can see this guy's getting beastly scores. He's going, you know, 3 KD, and he's capping flags and defending flags. You know, he's not just sitting off in the corner getting you know, the weak easy kills. So yeah, man, he's freaking legit, and I'm hoping that I can get closer to that level as I get smarter at this game, because that's kind of my whole thing. I play smart, and I'm not very smart yet because I've only had the game for a few hours. But as I develop there, hopefully I can do better. So this was an okay game. I was playing defense the whole time. I went flawless, which is kind of nice. But I like Black Ops. I really do. It's a cool game, and you know, I'm just still getting used to it. I'm not particularly good at it yet, but I think that I can be. It's just my whole gameplay revolves around making good decisions, and that takes some experience.